And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
On the ground, this is Lamar Miller. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because
here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From the gun, here's Watson. Open man is Hansen. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 11 yards there, first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson, and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts.
Watch the whip.
The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Shit. He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up. Jump. Can.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Dalton is going to let this go for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, and have them back on their heels.
They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. Here's Dalton. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
Hey, Charlie.
Now Dalton with a 1st and 10. It's hauled in by Shepard. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
On 2nd and goal, one man stands in the backfield, and that's Mixon. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Can't afford another delay here as they come up again on 2nd and goal.
44. 44. There you go. 41's the money. 41's the money. Come on.
After the penalty, it's Mixon. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Ladies! Here we go. Double time. Hey, we got 4. Got 4 down. Check 52.
And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. It's the fullback. His first touchdown on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Bullet good on the extra point. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, Drew Kaiser to boot it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
At their own 25-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Getting the sack, the big D tackle, Geno Atkins.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Here's Watson. That's taken in by Hansen, complete. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. A big play there. 85 yards as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way to the end zone for the touchdown.
And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out.
Under heavy pressure, and down goes Dalton on the sack. J.J. Watt. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Now Dalton. This is Shepard on the catch. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
2 by 2. Move. Check right 39. Check right 39. Man, that's trash. That's trash. Here you go. Can.
3rd and long. What will Dalton dial up? In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. J.J. Watt able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Big Geno Atkins there to bring him down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man.
I got one.
Watson going to give this one to Miller. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Watson. And his throw here's incomplete. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when an ex-defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Watson on target here to Fuller, and he'll be out right at the 35. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception, but not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
Watson on 3rd down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 3 catches now this afternoon, the same number he had all of last week. Also, it's a first down. And defensively, they're going to have to do something about him in a hurry, because that last catch puts him over the 100-yard mark. We haven't even hit the second quarter yet.
And you did say they'd have to do it in a hurry. It has to be right now, because as his confidence grows, it'll actually overwhelm the defense. No matter what they do, he'll feel like they can't stop him.
So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. Here's the first carry for Austin Eckler. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 44-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Let's go. Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Miller. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to stop him here on 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Watson. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? But it definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
The Bengals drive about to get going. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 9-yard line.
Hot, ladies. So we got man. He go 368.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Dalton. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. 15 yards on the play. 1st down. Mixon with a 1st down carry. Takes this up just short of the 30, but he was able to avoid that earlier tackle. Nice move. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Hey, echo. Here we go, T. Here I come. Hey, check Mike 39. Check Mike 39. Oh, you got D? Yeah, 5-6.
Passing. It's Dalton. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jadeveon Clowney able to record his 5th sack of the season.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. So the sack, and now it's 3rd and long for Dalton and the Bengals.
Hey, box drop. Watch the pass. Hey, check Mike 39. Check Mike 39. Watch the screen.
Dalton here from the gun. Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. J.J. Watt in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Here's Drew Kaiser now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Returnable here from the 38. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Texans with great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. A 1st down carry now for Miller. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
No gain
That time on the outside, pretty nice job as a cornerback to shed any would-be blockers and make the tackle.
Think about the praise we're giving him, what his coaches are giving, but how about the respect he gets from his teammates to be a complete corner who doesn't just cover receivers, but also tackles ball carriers.
And now the throw going to Fuller, and he's got it. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That one good for 26 and a first down.
First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Hey, what's up? 19. Watching you five. Here we go, here we go.
They'll run on first down. It's Miller, and just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. He shows you right there, he can do more than just cover in the secondary from that free safety position.
Yeah, the evolution of the position has really been significant, hasn't it? Because a lot of teams no longer have a free safety, strong safety designation. They just have safeties. So wherever the ball is, one can be close to the line of scrimmage, one can be deep, and vice versa. On that play, how about that tackle we just saw? Pretty nice.
Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Listen, 19. 5, 5, 5. I got you. I got you. And
out of the gun, Watson. He's got the hook up to Miller. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Then no field goal try here from the red zone offense out there. They'll go for it on 4th.
watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. 24. Switch. And up.
They'll run it here. This is Deontay Foreman. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Able to convert on 4th to bring up 1st and goal. That's a big 3 yards right there.
1st and goal at the 9-yard line.
He's set. 19. Check 55, Mike. Hey, keep it up. Keep it up. Sponge. No. 55. Mike 55.
They'll try and run for it with Miller. And only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
Let's get off the field, D.
All right, coming up at intermission. Charles, you want to wait to enhance your Saturday?
I certainly do.
I've got just a thing for you. It's the coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll be alongside at half to take us through the weekend in the NFL. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
He's set. 19. Hey, man. Hey, 59. Watch the boot.
Here's Miller. Call it no gain on the play, so no help there. And now 4th and goal. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Let's go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 22-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
Here's Dalton. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Third down, a shot here for Dalton. Now they go screen, it's complete. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35.
At their own 32-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
On first down, Watson. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Geno Atkins picks up his second sack of the afternoon. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. This time they stay on the ground. And they'll indeed stop him on third down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with fourth down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. The Texans send the punter out as he'll kick it away for the second time. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. So we've come upon halftime here in Houston, and it's the home team, the Texans, leading this one. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Bengals drive about to get going. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. They trail by 3, and they just got 3 yards to start the third quarter.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Throwing again on second down. Dalton. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. The ex-Iowa Hawkeye Mike Daniels in for the sack.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Throwing on third and long. Dalton, he'll rifle this one deep right side. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
On second and 11 now. Watson. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Here's Watson, operating from the gun. He finds his target, Fuller. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. On first down, Foreman. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be second and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run good for 2. Here's second and 8. Now Watson. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a third and 8. On third down, Miller. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down. A nice run leaves them just inches from a first. Could they possibly be tempted to try this on fourth and about a foot? And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on fourth down. Watson hands this to Foreman. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. It's first and goal after they rip off a solid chunk of yardage in the ground game on a risky fourth down call.
First and goal at the 6-yard line.
Right there, look, 55. Hey, watch the slant.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal at the 7-yard line.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. They'll run with Foreman. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. Such a long drive here. 3 points. That would be a disappointment, but I don't know if you can go for it here, can you?
Well, you know, the defense was really giving them a lot all the way downfield, and now they've stiffened. Forget that bend, don't break. Now they don't even want to let them get a yard, do they? So in this spot, you remember what the coaches told us before the ball game? Any drive that ends with a kick is going to be okay with us, whether it's a punt, a field goal, or an extra point. Take the field goal right here.
They have, by the way, gone to the 3rd quarter now at Ford Field in Detroit. That one has really opened up. The Vikings have just scored again. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. The Bengals drive about to get going.
Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there, man. Check 50. Check 50.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
2 by 2. Move. 55, Mike, 55. Hey, eat.
To throw here, Dalton. He finds his running back, Mixon. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the 1st down, and that's exactly what he did.
Bravo. 41 Mike. Here we go. 41 Mike. 41 Mike. I got one.
Dalton, 1st and 10. Under heavy pressure, and down goes Dalton on the sack. The Clemson product, DJ Reader, got in for the sack.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Dalton on the draw to Mixon. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Caught the defense off guard there a bit on 2nd and long, but now you still have to deal with 3rd and long.
Yeah, you do, but you feel pretty good about the last play, don't you? And maybe it gives you a little bit of confidence dialing up the next one, that maybe your team will believe in it when you send it in.
Let's go, D.
To to throw on third down. Dalton flushed out right. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
And we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And they've got the lead here getting late into the third quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that. But the rushing game, almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get spunked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
First and 10 at the 47.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for first and 10. Now a give, right side. Foreman. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Watson going to pull back the handoff and keep it himself. Open man is Hansen. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 36. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Watson now to throw. He'll get this to Eckler. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31. Defensively rallying to the ball after the nice move.
Now that's the type of play that gives you a chance to win. Nothing forced downfield where you don't have a guy open. Swing it out to the back, on maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it. Gain of 5. You're just trying to get 4 on first down. They're ahead of the chains now.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Watson with a give to Miller. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. It's a first down on a gain of 10. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Lamar Miller, his first touchdown on the year. And the Texans push further out in front.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run. And one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit. But for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
Fairbairn now to add the extra point. And the lead is now 13. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Again, it's Mixon. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on second and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right, they did pick up the first down there, but they, as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
Andy Dalton, he'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down. Fourth quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
Dalton. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
Now, Bengals on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. And it'll be Dalton again. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. John Ross, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
Let's go!
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. A carry for Foreman. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Flush to his right. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down.
Check 43.
And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
A gain of 4 yards. That's another Texans first down. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Tackles.
Now Foreman. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. Now the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Again, it's Foreman. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34. And now here comes the third of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. Here's Watson. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Their D gets the INT. Now what can Dalton do? Got his man. It's Eifert. A gain of 6 there on first. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling has been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a second down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. Looking to throw again on second down. Dalton, and he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Breon Body Calhoun, a sack coming off the corner blitz. So the sack, and now it's 3rd and long for Dalton and the Bengals.
44. Here you go. Hey, team 6.
Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
He'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Texans take over an excellent field position.
This is it. All right, T, let's go. All right, T.
And they take a knee.
second and 11 at the 42-yard line.